Jean-Paul Gaultier is just so unique. No one can do like this fashion and even the design. So every time that he invite me, have to come because the show is amazing.
Les idées en panne, je me voudrais brune comme une gitane.
I love everything he does. He's a genius, he's talented, he's nice, he's a beautiful person, he's so inventive, creative. I'm very happy to see the show.
De ton train, je me voudrais blonde comme une américaine.
I love how he makes a woman look like effortlessly beautiful, and I have a premiere coming up soon, so I'm looking for a dress for my movie premiere.
It's a magic appointment. It's an appointment with the magic and the funny things and the talent, and it's a master.
I love the history about it. I love, how it's evolved through time. I'm very excited to see this new collection.
I'm always happy to come here because it's really like a show. Jean-Paul Gaultier represents so well the haute couture and the elegance of Paris and France and fashion. And this from since years and years, and I always love to come to watch and to do the show. So it's a big deal here in Paris for the Fashion Week.
Well, I'm excited because today I'm wearing vintage 90s Gaultier. And, Gaultier, I said this last time, was very formative of my youth.
The whimsy, the inclusion, there's always a show, a performance going on during his show. I think he likes showmanship and he likes kind of whimsy and theatrics, and I think it's always nice to see that in a show. I mean, that's what I do for a living as well, so it's nice to see it represented in the fashion industry.
His work is just amazing. He's a true genius, and I always love his sense of humor.
Hello, I am Jean-Paul Gaultier, je suis Jean-Paul Gaultier, et welcome to my show. Come and see. To be tuxedo or not? That is the question. Smoking or not smoking? That is a question too. I wanted to start by the men because it's a long time I didn't do men, but I think there is a couture man on me, since the beginning when I started to make men fashion, it was the male object. So I wanted to show it again and to make it again. And I think that the tuxedo, the smoking jacket, is a kind of clothes which is quite androgynous in some way. Now it became androgynous at the base. At the base it was only for men, but in reality after there were some women that took it, like Georges Sand, after the garçons in the 20s that were in tuxedo and smoking jacket, and after a lot of women, very feminine, that were it, in a very feminine way.
It was amazing. It was my first time doing this show. It was absolute, oh my God, my heart is still racing.
It was smoking hot. because there was lots of tuxedo that we call in French smoking, because it's come from, I think, the English gentleman club. They had to put this jacket when after dinner they would go to smoke. That's why we call them smoking in French.
It's just a cigarette and it harms your pretty lungs.
Well, it's only twice a week, so there's not much of a chance.
It's just a cigarette, it'll soon be only 10.
Honey, can you trust me?
Amazing. It was like classic Jean Paul smoking suits with a bit of a fun twist. It's always the best to do his shows.
So I wanted to play with it, with the black and white, and with the part like to cut it. Maybe the sleeve will become like some gloves, and the low part of the trouser become like a boot. It was holding because the real boot inside, and outside is like a revers, which is like the trousers. So it's that all cut like a puzzle,
Only 10. It'll make you sick, girl, there's not much of a chance. It's just a cigarette, you'll be sorry that you did it.
Honey, can you trust me when I want to stop? I can't.
All the clothes you could wear, from the socks to the top. And you remind me like Madonna with a transparent see-through top. It was amazing.
Talking about smoking, about tuxedo, about tailoring, what I love about Monsieur Jean-Paul Gaultier is that he's one of the last one who mastered the tailoring, because it's an art that the thing that looks the most simple is sometimes the most difficult to make.
Je me fume, je me fume, je me fume, je me consume, je me fume. Toute la journée, je me rallume. Le jour s'est levé.
Beautiful, it was sick, it was sexy, it was fun, it was playful, I loved it. Totally felt at home there.
Je pars en fumée. Je m'avale, je m'avale, je m'avale. Je me console, je ravale mes pensées.
The sneakers, yes, but with the tuxedo, I think it was beautiful. It was making like heavy sporty thing, but sometimes with like vernis, so I think it was quite interesting.
La nuit est tombée et moi je pars en fumée.
Beautiful, yeah. I love tuxedos. I love the gender fluidity, formal wear. So there were some lady looks I'd wear. There were some man looks I'd love to have. So I think Violet are going to have to fight.
Je me fume en entier. Je m'en tape.
The looks were so good, and we both kind of bend the rules of gender, so we can wear the boy looks and the girl looks. And it's a constant fight, of course.
Je me crame. Le jour s'est levé. La nuit est tombée. Et moi je pars.
I really love my outfit, and with the black hat, and the total look is black, and that's my style, so I really love it.
You see, for example, you smoke. You don't want to smoke anymore. Use the cigarette as earring, as jewelry, like I did. That was night clubbing, total night clubbing. One girl coming from there.
Je me fais la nique, les mains dans le blouson. Tout mon corps me pique, c'est la salaison. Quand ils l'ont de leurs bras.
It was gloves with like a kind of screen, let's say, a screen that was like going from profile because you can see the jewelry, all that with the glittering accentuation. It was that like now life is a screen.
Convoi témoin, je suis belle à voir. C'est comme un merle, la fille que tu crois retenir. T'appuies au hasard pour la faire jouir. Que faire?
Jean Paul was amazing, as always, you know, and every year is different than the year before. And it's still him, it's still his signature. And it was glamorous, feminine, it's such a mix of things. I mean, he's a genius.
There is things with plastic, but cut like écran on screen, and like sometimes like protection of the body. Like for example, it's something like protect you a little, like transparent, and you can also be like a homme or woman sandwich, you know, which is like with writing what you think, which was like some message, like a free nipple, free nipple on the téton libre.
Oh my God, this show was made for me. I know, I'm wearing the closing look.
T'es qui pour me traiter toi? Que faire? De l'énergie que je perds.
She was the smoke, it was like floating. So it was, in sometimes it's quite poetic.
I love everything. I could wear everything in the show. And it's good because the bride, when she was walking, and we talk about smoking, when she was walking, the tissue was so light and soft that it was like a smoke of a cigarette.
Spectacular beyond words. The whole concept is about smoking, and I was the smoke.
Paul Gaultier, smoking, great show, everything you want from Gaultier, a cocktail hour, a midnight hour, a discotheque, and the world's best tuxedos. And also just the whole non-politically correct idea of smoking and the liberating force of the cocktail hour in the sexual revolution.
He's really working to make women look more beautiful and confident and strong. And you feel good in a Jean Paul Gaultier outfit.